What's going on, guys? My name is Lubcubs, and welcome back to another video on BlockTalk. I'm joined once again with T. How's it going, man?
Good, man. How are you?
I am good. Today, we are talking about retired or dead YouTube channel. Not dead like as in, but
Rest in peace, Technoblade. Not
retired.
like that. Yeah.
But retired YouTubers who just aren't uploading anymore their channels. Maybe they're uploading one video a month, one video a week. I don't know. That's considered retired, so I guess that would make me retired.
But, are we specifically talking about Minecraft YouTubers or just YouTubers in general?
We might bring up random YouTubers here and there, but I think we're going to focus mostly on Minecraft YouTubers.
Okay, what about Minecraft YouTubers that no longer do Minecraft? They just do other random crap. They're not Minecraft YouTubers anymore, even though that's where they got their start.
Yeah, I think we can talk about that too.
All right, cool. Sounds good.
All right.
So when you think of that right off the bat, I know who you might think of right off the bat because you work pretty closely with.
Yeah, I have a pretty close connection with what I would consider to be a retired Minecraft YouTuber for sure. PopularMMOs.
PopularMMOs. Pat. Good old Pat.
He's kind of the reason that we thought about this conversation. I talk to Pat pretty much on a daily basis. So
right. He's what's the word that we want to use for his channel specifically? It still has views.
It's still getting views like crazy. He's still getting like more views per month than like YouTubers who upload daily right now. But
right, it's nuts.
It is nuts, but people are watching him for like the nostalgia reasons, right? They're going back, they're watching all of his old videos. And
right, exactly. I think that's going to be the gist of most of the people that do watch a lot of these channels. These older channels that we're going to be talking about is going to bring back the nostalgia factor.
Yes,
for a lot of them. But is that what you want to do for a living? I don't
know. But yeah, I mean, most of Pat's old videos, people really like the Lucky Block series. We touched on that a little bit last Block Talk.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then the challenge games and all that kind of stuff. So
I mean, I think that a lot of that stuff is very. It brings back good memories of back in the day when Minecraft was first launched into the scene and when it started becoming super popular, specifically here on YouTube, which is what kind of made Minecraft popular to begin with.
Right, absolutely. I mean, most of these retired YouTubers kind of are like the opening scene, or not the opening scene, but they're kind of what introduced everybody to Minecraft on YouTube in their own way.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. I mean, when I think of YouTube as a whole, other than watching stuff like Higa TV with Ryan Higa, most of the stuff that I watched was probably 90% of it was Minecraft videos.
Right, 100%. That's kind of what got me into Minecraft to begin with anyways.
It's what got me more so into because my kid wanted to play Minecraft for the most part. So, I played with him. But it got me more excited about it, realizing that there's a lot more to it than just running around and breaking blocks and building little huts.
Right.
There's a lot more of a game to it. And I had no idea because I was totally freaking clueless to the game. And it's not like on the Xbox 360 there is one, but there isn't much of a tutorial to show you what the world is all about.
Right. You just gotta jump in and hope for the best.
Exactly. So when you get to watch others do the things that you're trying to do, and you're like, "That's freaking cool." And get further into it, then it creates that love for the game, which it does for any game, right? If somebody's in love with Fortnite but doesn't know how to get past certain things, doesn't know how to do things very well, they watch some YouTube videos of some pros playing, they'll maybe have a better appreciation for these things because they're like, oh, okay, I can change this because of XYZ.
Right.
Now, the channel, so when you think of other Minecraft YouTubers, so the PopularMMOs. So when it was Pat and Jen, when they were together, we watched a lot of PopularMMOs. So the fact that he's never changed his intro to this very day,
dude, there's so many comments on all of his videos about how he's not using the intro on his new podcast and stuff.
Oh, that's right, because he started a podcast.
Yes, he started a podcast, which I'm editing, but
yeah,
it'd be weird.
So did he put that on his existing channel, or did he put that on a secondary channel, like a Pat 2.0 or something?
He's done one channel with kind of introducing the fact that he's doing a podcast channel, and then he did another video kind of talking about where Jen is, what she's up to, that kind of stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And
That's interesting. She was the subject of topic for his podcast.
for one of his podcasts, yeah, and he brought that to his main channel for any fans to kind of ask questions about them. I mean, Jen's living her own life. I talked to Jen once in a blue moon. I have her on some social
Right.
medias, but she deleted her
She's-
Instagram. So
She's back here on the West Coast now.
yes, somewhere on the West
Yeah.
Coast. She's
Yeah,
not
I'm not
announced
gonna-
it publicly, so
No, we're not going to specify that information. No, not at all. Not even remotely close. We just know she's on the West Coast.
yeah.
We've seen Instagram photos and stuff like that, so we know she's over here somewhere.
And she's deleted them now, her entire Instagram. So
Has she really?
yeah,
Oh, very interesting.
she is I'm pretty sure she's completely retired. Like I think she has zero intention on ever coming back to YouTube. And Pat says he's gonna come back to play YouTube or Minecraft again. Maybe he's waiting to have like a significant girlfriend, not a crazy one who's gonna ruin everything for him.
That does make it challenging when you're trying to do the thing you love as a career, and the person you're with is basically saying, "No, you can't do that."
Or not, saying no, you can't do that, or it's just not the right fit, right? Like, there's a
Right.
certain expectation, and that's one thing Pat had mentioned is every time he brought a girl onto the channel, everyone always compared her to how Jen used to
Jen.
be.
Absolutely.
There's never going to be another Jen. There's never going to be another girl gamer who's kind of as funny to watch as Jen was.
No, I think she was a very unique character, especially when she's on the channel because of her laugh, because she was known to fall into holes. I even in my my epic world, I even have a chicken that was stuck in a well that I named Jen because that was her thing, right? This
Falling
was
into
years
holes.
ago, obviously. Always falling into things. Anyway, so yeah, there's no real replacing Jen. There's just I don't know why he sees the need to replace her though. He did a lot of videos before she was on his videos to begin with, but if they were more entertaining with her involved, obviously.
No, for sure. And I feel like he's done a couple videos. Like he did a video with me on his main channel. He did a video with Ethan. He's done some single solo videos, and they just didn't do as well as he had hoped. And instead of continuing trying to make it do well and working on it, he
Right.
just kind of like decided, no, people want to see me with another girl, and that's his main focus is that's what he needs to do.
He needs a partner. Okay,
Yeah.
I get it. There was somebody else that we used to watch when Minecraft was like first thing in my vision was I used to watch a lot of Sunday.
I never watched Sunday.
Right. Yeah, I think you mentioned that before. Is that I used to love his character. His persona is so much different than it is in real life. Right.
Okay.
It's very fun loving and very. I mean, it's intended to attract kids. I
Right.
get it. And I'm always a child at heart, and he was always fun to watch. And I like the fact that he was ex-military, and then he decided to do his own thing and take off and start this YouTube channel out of his parents' freaking kitchen, and ended up doing this. For me, in my eyes at least, was this wonderful freaking task of building this channel. And at one point, he brought in a professional person to play Sky Factory with, and that's the first series I really watched with him. I want to say professional because it was somebody that's supposed to be better than him at the modded Minecraft aspect of things.
Okay.
It ended up being Sunday was a lot more adapt to the modded Minecraft because he was able to do a lot more things than Craner was when Craner first joined him.
Really? Craner was the one he brought in.
Right. Craner was the
Okay.
one he brought in to help him with the things of Minecraft. And I found another village. Anyway, so you're welcome. So Craner had this persona, this really high pitched, crackly voice. And at some point, people realized that was not his real voice because he used his regular voice in a video, and people were furious
Really?
that he used this voice. I'm like, it's just a persona, people.
I mean,
Get
a lot of
over it.
YouTubers have that where they have like a different voice for their how they
Absolutely.
record.
Absolutely, 100%. So I didn't quite understand the hate towards him because I've never hated Craner, but I've always known that he was. I'm not going to say super negative things about him because he's fine, but he's always been a bit of a I'm going to use this word very, very lightly and very, very lightheartedly because I don't mean it in a super negative tone. He's a bit of a user.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is he was always on the coattails of somebody else big, and he did that recently again with Jelly and whatnot.
Jelly and Slogo, and I don't know.
Jelly and Slogo.
They brought him in. He didn't necessarily use them. They brought him in. They had their falling out with Quebblecop, and they needed another person to join them. And yeah, they were a thing for I don't know how many years, 2 or 3 years.
2 or 3 years, and then they split off themselves, right?
Yeah, Craner had some issues. I mean, I know a little bit about it through Pat, just because Pat and
Them two
Craner are
partnered
good
up
friends.
too. Yeah, them two partnered up too for a minute, right?
Well, they've kind of always been friends. They did a lot of like hanging out. They would go to each other's countries and kind of make some vlogs here and there.
Really?
But, yeah, so Pat was just there, I want to say 3 or 4 months ago. Craner had invited him out to try to help him sober up a little bit. I'm looking for something.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm looking for. Help him sober up a little bit, and that didn't really end up working out.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
But he ended up finding someone who actually helped him sober up, and that was good for him. But
That's good, dude. That's
Yeah.
good. That's really good because that's important to me. It's very important because we know a lot of people that struggle with that issue, and it's not a fun task.
no, for
by
sure.
any means. You know
It's
what I mean?
not an easy thing to do, so I'm really happy that it's going well for him anyways.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so Craner had that falling out with Slogo and Jelly for very similar reasons to what Pat's been going through right now, and other anxiety issues. And they actually did a big Jelly and Slogo had a podcast for a while, and
Did they
Craner
really?
came on and explained what happened and how or why he fell out and that kind of stuff. It's
Right.
like the information I'm giving is kind of public knowledge to some extent, so
Okay, good.
so I'm not like throwing anyone under a bus here.
We're not spreading rumors. That's all
No,
that matters.
exactly.
Okay.
I don't.
What's up?
No, I don't know where to go off of that.
Oh, so another YouTuber that just so they fell off for a little while, then they came back. We've all heard of them, StampyLongNose or StampyLonghead, depending on who you talk to.
Yeah.
He was doing the whole Minecraft thing, doing his lovely world, and that's pretty much all he really did was his lovely world, right?
Yeah, that's what everyone knew him for anyways.
Exactly. And he decided he's not going to do that for a while. He stopped a few years back and stopped doing it altogether. And then he came back like a year ago and started doing his lovely world again. And people were super ecstatic. And he just finished his final episode like a week ago.
Oh, like he's finished it.
Finished. Like he finished the entire series. He called it quits. This series is no more. And he explained it as he literally said these words. He said that I don't want to be the channel people come to just for nostalgia.
Right. I
For
mean,
just the nostalgia factor. That does not what he wants to do for a living. Is people come to him just for the nostalgia factor. He wants to be new, fresh content. And I get why he says that.
I get why he says that, but he became that channel 4 years ago, I think.
You're absolutely right. You're 100% right. And I feel that, I mean, unless and it sounds like he's not going to do Minecraft at all, but he's still going to milk some of his channel. He even said so. Like he's going to milk some of this video of him ending the series.
Okay.
And kind of go over why and this, that, the other thing. And his favorites, what are you? Oh, you're an Enderman. Oh, I need you. Dang it.
Yeah, I remember watching StampyLongNose. I mean, he was the first YouTuber that I started watching play Minecraft.
Yeah.
And yeah, anytime I see his videos, it's always nostalgia. When I saw that he left, I was like, oh, that's kind of sad. But he's been doing it for many years, so it kind of makes sense. So when he came back to it, I was a little shocked just because I wasn't expecting it.
Oh, no. When he came back, because he started playing, oh, shoot, what was he playing for a little while there? I can't remember what it was. Just some random games that he decided to pick up. I don't know if it was kind of like DanTDM does, where he plays Spider-Man or whatever the heck it is that he finds entertaining.
Yeah.
I loved Dan's old Minecraft videos, but he clearly doesn't do that anymore either because of the same reason. He got bored of it. It's not something he loves anymore. And then you can go to YouTubers like, like Mumbo and Grian and whatnot, and they're still going super strong.
They're going super strong, but like even Mumbo, he's pulled it back. I think it was last year he took a bit of a break from YouTube, and
He did.
I want to say it was like 6 to 8 months, maybe longer.
But he took a break from YouTube as a whole, not just because of Minecraft specifically, but he was a little burnt out.
Yeah.
And he decided that he just doesn't want to do it for right now, and he took a bit of a break. And you see that happen a lot from time to time, and it blows me away that a lot of content creators don't take regular weekly breaks. Like they'll go 7 days strong, not making content, but between the editing and the writing and the everything else, they just
for
don't
sure.
stop.
I mean, I don't understand how some YouTubers don't burn out quicker. I mean, I'm barely a YouTuber. I mean, I've uploaded 500 videos now, and
Yeah.
I've been burnt out this past year, and I don't upload as much as everyone does.
Yeah, exactly. And not just burnt out. You get discouraged sometimes when you see things that are not going the way you want them to.
No, for sure. I mean,
And-
I know exactly when I became burnt out.
Oh, yeah, same.
So do you.
I know yeah, exactly when. Like, to the point.
When do you think?
Probably right before your series ended.
No, for me, it was our moon, 100 days on the moon.
Yes. Oh, my God, yes, because I had such a hard time putting that back together.
Well, we spent so much time working on that video. We edited it for so long. We recorded for so long, and it did horrible in views.
It did not do well, and I was really, because we were kind of playing the not using, but playing the Hermitcraft
Lore.
playing into the Hermitcraft lore, where we created the reason why the moon was coming closer to the Earth and crash into the Earth.
Yeah, T did it, by the way, everybody.
Yeah, it was my fault. It was my fault. It's my fault. Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
But we created that lore that didn't exist before. They had a null point. There was no real reason for it. It just happened and the series ended, and we created the reason for that. And we figured, okay, this is gonna be fun because there's gonna be people that are crossing over. We weren't expecting like millions of views or anything, but I was expecting a few thousand views.
I was expecting to break 10 to 20,000, and
I was expecting to break at least a couple thousand, let alone a freaking couple hundred. That was
Yeah,
terrible.
It was horrible. I mean, at the time, my views were getting a few thousand, or my videos were getting a few thousand views per video, right? So like,
Right.
This video's gonna do well. I'm gonna hit like maybe 20,000 on this video. I'm gonna be
Oh
happy.
yeah, for you should have been. Yeah, for
And it-
you should have gotten easily in the 5-digit, no problem.
And it barely broke 400. And then the first like month of it being up, I don't even know what it's
Oh,
at
I know.
now. I haven't looked at it in a long
I have
time.
no idea. I haven't looked at it in a while. I think my short, my 1 minute clip that I put on TikTok did substantially better than the full video by any means.
I want to say the same for me actually. But
and don't get me wrong, TikToks are fun, but they're not. That's not YouTube. It's just to drive towards YouTube. That's the
exactly.
whole point of it.
So I mean that kind of burnt me out after one failed video. And some YouTubers, they spend so many hours, so many days pumping out daily videos where they have multiple failures, but they have multiple successes too. So maybe that's what drives them. Maybe that's why they don't get burnt out as easily.
Yeah, so they're gonna, okay, this video did crap, but the next one did phenomenal, and we're like, okay, this one did crap, and the next one did the same.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
Okay.
every video we upload does crap. So
Yeah,
we can
Dang it.
spend hours on editing. We can spend hours on recording. We can make high quality videos, and it's just not getting viewed.
It's just not getting viewed, and that's really tough on my psyche.
Yeah.
it really does affect me negatively. So I can imagine that somebody who's getting, they're going from 1 million views jumping down to a few thousand views. And I saw this on Craner's channel. Is I went to his Social Blade. I do follow like specific YouTubers, content creators on Social Blade from time to time, like Unspeakable and stuff like that. And you can see when their drop off is, and it's funny to me because. It's not funny because they're jumping drastic. They're making drastic jumps from millions of views to these tens of thousands or even single digit thousands of views, and it's kind of sad to watch the drop off.
No, for sure. It's not funny. It's interesting to see.
It's interesting to see, yeah, because I see what's his name, Squid did the same thing. All of a sudden, his channel just took a dive. He's no longer relevant.
Right.
And And it's sad because he does put out good, in my opinion, at least he puts out good content, but the public clearly doesn't see that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the public maybe didn't see it, but I think there's some play somewhere in the YouTube algorithm that just like hides videos from certain people, like they don't get recommended, and I don't know how it works, but
Well, if that's the case, I think you're right. I really do think you're very, very correct, but it's BS because you see a lot of these new YouTubers that are coming up, and they're coming up a lot stronger. Like you see Sunday does freaking, what do you call it? Still plays oh shoot, what is it? Modified Among Us. What? Okay, I've not been interested in Among Us in literal years, but for some reason that he has a huge following and still gets millions of views on Among Us, and it blows me away that that's the case.
Well, I mean, one example or one reason why I think there is some kind of weird control behind YouTube, its algorithm or whatever. I mean, log.zip would be a channel that I would say to be semi-retired. He uploads maybe once a week now, but before he took a bit of a break last year while I was still working for him. And
but he had all these other channels that he was running. So yes, he took a break on his main channel, but he still had Crafty and everything else still going strong, right?
Crafty, he had Kipper, which I forget his name. Drew, maybe? I forget his name, I'm sorry.
The actual person's name?
Yeah, and then they had Obby, which was Allison, and then that channel did not take off, so they rebooted it because they were like, okay, we use Crafty to advertise it, which is apparently the downfall, so they rebooted it, and it just did not take off. It had amazing content. It was kind of recycling Crafty's projects, but with a twist, so that way it kind of appealed to girl gamers and guys who like girl gamers.
Right. I mean, I prefer to watch more female gamers for the most part, except for the storytellers. I'm not a big fan of the whole storytelling bit.
No,
like
I really hate the storytelling.
The role playing stuff. I'm not a big fan of it. I mean, I've done a few role playing stuff, but just on my own and wrote my own script. They're tedious, number one. So I have a lot of respect for the fact that they put these together, but I can't. I'm not entertained by them. You get what I'm saying?
It depends, though. Like, I mean, a lot of them are guided towards children.
That's very true.
Right.
And some of them are kind of creepy, actually.
Yeah,
guided towards children. They're like kind of inappropriate when you watch the context, and they're clearly headed towards kids.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know about this stuff, man. So yeah, some of it out there is a little beyond normal, I guess.
Right. But yeah, so with the log, he recently came back before I actually ended up leaving their team. He started uploading more. I did a few projects for his channel, and he uploads, like, the videos we make for log.zip's channel are pretty freaking amazing. We're making custom mobs that'll have custom abilities, that custom items, and everything is 100% custom and original and new to YouTube. And even right now, he's getting as many views as I am on some of my videos, or some of my past videos.
You're kidding.
Like, he's getting 4,000 views, sometimes 5,000 views.
That's insane.
And like, how can a YouTuber with millions of subscribers be getting that low of views?
So little. Yeah, that seems like it's being suppressed for some reason.
Right, and I think there's something on the back end. I'm trying to pull up his channel right here right now. That's why my game's frozen. Sorry, everybody. Like, okay, so he's got 44, like, he's averaging around 44,000 now, but like the first 24 hours it's up, it gets around 4,000 views.
That's not very good, because usually your first 24 hours is where you peak.
Right.
Unless it's a tutorial video. Those peak later on. But for gameplay videos, they peak right off the bat.
Yeah, so I don't understand why someone with as many subscribers as Lubcubs, even if they are like nostalgia subscribers, he's still uploading videos that are really high quality and really good videos, and he's not getting the views. Like, I think there's some correlation to someone at YouTube trying to control what people watch.
You know, the quote unquote algorithm has always been questioned in my mind. So yeah, I've always, like, there's been times where I did a test years and years and years ago. We started getting a ton of views, and then all of a sudden we didn't. Like, it just dropped off. Like, okay, I'm making the same content, and all of a sudden I'm not getting any more of a push from YouTube, and it's frustrating because, you know, you put all this effort into it, And then I decided I'm going to start up another channel just for the hell of it. And I did. And I uploaded the same video in that channel, and it got like the views that it would have got normally.
Really?
And to me, that felt like, okay, why? Why is this happening? I'd like to know what is it that's causing this
Suppression.
creating this suppression. And I could never figure that out. So I'm like, okay, do I continue uploading to this new channel, which I don't want to do because I put so much time and effort into the first channel.
Right.
You know, like, do I want to create a whole new freaking channel and actually run with it? No, I really don't. I just want to know why my channel is getting suppressed and what I could do to fix that. And I think you're right. You see a lot of these YouTubers, these bigger YouTubers that fall off that probably feel the same way at some point. They have to.
Yep. I mean, people can say that you and I, we don't make good content. We make decent content, in my opinion, sometimes better content than other people. But
I agree.
You can say we
not
don't make not as good content, but you cannot say that about people like Log.Zip's channel, for one. I mean, or Allison's channel or Kipper's channel. That content was ecstatic. It had custom made project. It had custom editing done. It had custom thumbnail artists. It had paid. The entire thing was produced by a team of 40 to 50 people.
Exactly. So for that to be the case is like, there's no way. It's physically impossible.
Yeah, you cannot say the content is not good because the content is good and it still doesn't do well. So I guess we should get back on topic a little bit. I can see why some YouTubers get burnt out because it just doesn't work out. I think there's something in the algorithm that says, yeah, we're not going to show your content anymore.
I think you're right, 100%. And it's super discouraging, but it's obviously a fact of the matter. What's another YouTuber you remember watching that just doesn't?
Well, we talked about him briefly. I think we brought him up like in a passing sentence, but DanTDM was one of my. I watched him alongside of kind of StampyLongNose, but he was for my modded content.
Oh right.
So I watched his Crazy Craft series with.
I love that stuff.
Who was he with? He was with Think Noodles and.
But even before Think Noodle, when he did his Dr. Trayaurus escapades, you know what I mean? Every story.
I never did the lab stuff. I never watched that stuff.
I love the DanTDM lab, and I built it. You know, I built the whole lab, and I built his new lab. And when he moved to the new lab, and it was just a blast because, again, it just brings that nostalgia factor, and I could see why he got burnt out by it. It's just not the same anymore for him.
Right.
You know, so but he moved on to other content. So he still creates content. And he still gets millions of views, and he still has a huge subscriber base.
Yeah, I would we had mentioned it. I would say he's a retired Minecraft YouTuber, but he still uploads a ton, and he still gets a ton of views and everything.
Oh yeah, for sure, absolutely, 100%. There's I mentioned him in the very beginning, not a Minecraft YouTuber by any means, but this channel called Ryan Higa or Higa TV or Niga Higa. He had a bunch of different channels, and there's a group of these guys that did sketches, right? I don't know if you ever watched them at all. I'll send you a link. Otherwise, anyway.
Okay.
They're absolutely entertaining. Some of the most entertaining YouTube ever, like I've ever watched that isn't Minecraft related, right? And he had a partner that decided to go to school, which is good on him. And he became an engineer, and he decided to move to San Francisco. They lived in Las Vegas. He moved to San Francisco, and he left the channel.
Okay.
The channel's doing great. I mean, you're talking about millions, like 20 million views type of thing per video, right? Like Crafty was doing, but all the time. But their videos are very, very highly produced. There's a lot of work that goes into each one, like an insane amount of work that goes into each one. So I could see them not being super profitable because the amount of work they have to put into it. It's not just simply recording and posting, you know?
I mean, there's a lot of work that goes into a single person's recording and posting. But
yeah, I mean, even in this video right here, this is not, like, obviously I'm not going to do a whole lot of editing. We're just talking while we're playing game. But I am going through, I'm listening to the video, recording, and I'm making sure that anything that we say that shouldn't be said is removed. So cutting... What?
So this hour and a bit of a podcast is going to be 3 to 4 hours of work for us.
Oh, absolutely. There's no question in my mind that it becomes at least 3 or 4 hours of work. And this is a really, really basic video. You're talking about something that doesn't need any editing.
There's like no editing involved. It just involves us. We're sitting down, finding time to record it, going through the entire video, cutting what we need to cut, rendering, making a thumbnail, and uploading, and working on all the tags for that. Like,
exactly.
There's a lot of work for a simple video, and then there's people who, like you were talking about, not mass produce. They produce a very expensive video.
Right, and they have they have a crew. You know what I mean? So they have to pay all these people, and good on them. I'm happy for people that hire people, because I feel that one, it helps the economy. Two, it helps people that need a good gig, and they usually pay these people well. Not every content creator pays well. Let me put that out there really quickly.
Probably for sure. I don't know too well from experience, but I know from offers from other content creators. I'm not going to drop any names.
I'm not going to drop any either. I've gotten a few offers that are terrible.
Well, I got
horrible.
When I left log.zip, I was like, okay, when I got let go, I needed to find a new job, and I got offers that were coming in at 25% what I was making with log.zip. It's like,
and that's probably pretty, but that's probably pretty average though, and that's the scary part.
Yeah, and it's like,
you know what I mean?
It was around minimum wage, and minimum wage isn't the minimum amount you need to survive in Ontario, anyways.
Minimum wage isn't the amount you need to survive in almost any state or country for that matter. Minimum wage it's called minimum wage for a reason. It's like it's just to get by, and if you rent a place or you buy a place or whatever it is, plus you have a car and you have cell phone bills, and you want to eat, you have to drop one of those.
Yep.
Minimum wage doesn't allow for that.
Well, minimum wage barely allows for rent coverage in a year.
Right. I mean, our minimum wage, luckily in California, has gone up, but it's still not enough to be a living wage. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So we're at about like $20 an hour.
So when YouTubers are making $1 million a year, and they're offering their people who are actually making the content for them $25,000 to $40,000 a year, it's super insulting, because they wouldn't, like, sure, they could spend the time and make content for themselves, but they still wouldn't get the quality of content that they would get without that person.
They're literally working off the backs of their employees, and I don't think that's right. That's with any company, right? Any company that says, I'm only going to pay you a minimum wage because that's all you're worth, but they turn around and they buy the big house, and they turn around and buy all the expensive cars while their employees are living paycheck to paycheck and struggling to pay for food. You know?
Yep.
I feel that that's the problem. That's our average problem that we have right now is that.
And then I've said countless times that if I ever became Pat Rich, I would have like editors that actually enjoy working for me. I'd have people who actually enjoy working for me and were well paid. And
right. I mean, I'm going to use I had a store a while back, and we made a lot of money. I'm not going to specify what kind of store. But we made a lot of money in this store. We paid our clerks, the people that handled the registers, $60,000 a year, and that was just to handle money.
Yep.
There was, because we were making money, so it's like, why not pay your people to be happy to work for you and never want to quit? And that's I think a big thing for me is you have a lot of turnover for a lot of these guys, because they work them to death, and then they're like, well, why can't you work more? And it kills me. It just kills me. Anyway, we can get into a whole freaking hour on just freaking labor, the lack of freaking giving a crap about your labor
employees.
Force. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Going back to our list, so when we lived up in Washington, there was this YouTuber that I liked, but I didn't realize was an issue. I didn't realize they stopped playing Minecraft because he used to love butter. Can you guess?
Is it Ash?
No, it's Sky.
No? Oh, it's SkyDoesMinecraft. Yeah.
SkyDoesMinecraft. So SkyDoesMinecraft used to live right around the corner from us, right?
Okay.
Great big house on the lake, obviously, because he made a lot of money.
Yeah.
But he had a studio that was like right down the street from where we lived, and which was really cool. So I went over there to go apply for a job. They were hiring for editors, but I realized really quick that he no longer did and I talk a big game when it comes to Minecraft, especially when I'm trying to find work.
Yeah.
At the time. And what is this? I don't know anybody from a city called Blue Lake. Anyway, and he's like, I don't do Minecraft no more.
No.
I'm like, okay, well, and so they started what was kind of like a podcast at the time. I don't know if they still have it. I have no idea. But I found out really quick that he wasn't a very nice individual.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't care for him. Anyway, so I'm like, I can't work for this guy anyway. So I'm like, I'm out. I'm out of here. I did meet the creator of the original Sky Factory at a convention out there called Vlogger Fair. His name's Bacon Donut. And Giant Waffle. That's their gamer tags, at least.
Okay.
He ended up changing his legal name to Bacon.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Okay, that's hilarious.
I thought it was. I'm sorry. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Blurb.
And this is why we have to edit, people.
This is why we have to edit, exactly, because we can't have that kind of language in this content. Anyway, so he was super nice, and they had this little group as well, but it was a group of streamers, and he was trying to get me hired on, but I didn't have at the time, I didn't have the skills for running a stream. I didn't know much of, oh, there's a creeper. Hey, homie, you stay over there, okay? All right, you stay right there. Anyway, so I wasn't able to work for him, but I still chat with him from time to time. And he was on some of Sunday's videos. They did a whole like special and whatnot with Bacon Donut and Giant Waffle, but they no longer, I don't think, do any more Minecraft.
Okay.
Which is odd. There's really a lot of YouTubers that don't do Minecraft anymore. Look, you can look at Captain Sparkles. Really, the only time he really jumps into it is like when there's a new update.
Right.
You know, and he just really goes by Jordan. Not really much of the Captain Sparkles thing anymore.
Okay.
Who else is out there that still does that I can think of? Like, you can think of like old school Team Crafted.
I don't think I've ever watched any of their videos.
The Bayesian Canadian and whatnot. We met him once too. They're really nice, but I don't think they play Minecraft anymore. If they do, they're not getting any freaking views from it.
Right.
You know,
I mean, that's the same story for a lot of YouTubers, it seems.
Yeah. I think like even Preston Plays doesn't really do Minecraft anymore, right?
Okay. I don't know. I haven't seen any of these old time YouTubers. I haven't seen any of their videos in a long time.
Yeah, it's been quite a while. Who else is out there that I can think of off the top of my head?
Who did I used to watch? My main YouTubers were like Pat, Jen, Stampy, and then DanTDM, and then like kind of people he played with was Ash, Think Noodles, and there was one other person.
And Think Noodles was not really. I mean, he started playing Minecraft, but he was not really a Minecraft YouTuber. You know, he played all the other little games too, and he's my age. And he lives in New York. He's old. Yeah, he's old dude. He's an old dude. They live in New York, and so they would play, you know, via Discord, like we're doing right now, far away from each other.
Yep.
And it's sad. We need to be closer. But no, so there are YouTubers that still play, obviously, like Tommy Innit, Dream, but Dream took off like a bat out of you know what, and kind of tapered off for the most part, even though he does have 30-some million subscribers.
Yeah, he grew quite a bit, really fast.
And somebody used him as an example of a really well-built channel, but a lot of people forget and then they negate the fact that he had Mr. Beast to promote the heck out of him.
Yeah.
Like he was his
Minecraft that's kind protege. Of the only way to succeed on YouTube nowadays is to have somebody bigger than you kind of vouch for you.
Right. Or just get really lucky. And there's a lot of people who say, oh, you can do this, that, or the other thing to you know, beat the algorithm. And I'm sure there is, but it's far and few between. And it has a lot more to do with luck than it is to do with the algorithm, because you can study the algorithm till you're blue in the face. And that does help when it helps greatly when you have somebody helping promote you.
Yep. 100%.
Especially if they're a big name.
I mean, there are so many people that have, like, I've said it on Twitter before, and I've had people be like, no, you just need to make a new YouTube channel and you'll be fine. And it's like, why do I need to make a new channel to get better views?
That's the part that doesn't. That's like it's illogical.
Because
right?
there's
It doesn't
something
make any sense.
controlling. There is something throttling old channels who don't do what YouTube essentially wants them to do. And
Right.
sure,
I
you
think
might
that-
be able to figure out what the algorithm is and what it does, and somewhat succeed. But I mean, log.zip is an example of that. They created Kipper and Obby, and they've had.
Yeah.
While I was working for them, they started 4 channels, and
Yeah.
canceled 4 channels because they studied the algorithm. They did everything that they needed to do, and the channels did not take off. Crafty is an example of it, yeah, but it's just luck. It is 100% luck. You can say that you can do whatever you need to do for the algorithm to work, but it isn't. It's just luck.
I think it's just luck. I think you're absolutely 100% correct.
And if it's
just
not luck, it is somebody pushing your channel.
And even then, like you said, you can only push it so far, right? Because if the content is not what the algorithm wants to push, it's still not going to push it. Because you can look at Tyler's channel. If he has something like Crafty pushing it the other channel, and the other channel still doesn't do well, then you can't say that the promoter is doing any good for the other channel.
Right. I mean, if you push for long enough, eventually that new channel is going to grow genuine fans who actually like the content that you're pumping out, and thus you'll be making or getting the views every single time, whether you're with that person or not. I mean, if like who do I want to like Craner, for an example, had a lot of outside help kind of growing, and he still gets quite a few views, even though he's by himself now.
Yeah.
But that's just his own fan base that kind of came to him.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's always had a fan base, right? So it's not like he's going to lose the core fans. You're never going to lose that.
Right.
So they may not watch anymore, you know, but I think they're going to stay subscribed, but they're like the kids, like they do say this, and Pat said the same thing, right? Where, you know, I feel my fans grew up, so they're going to want to watch this content. That's not necessarily true, though.
I mean, they may have grown up, but that means they also matured a little bit.
Right, and that's what it boils down to is that, yes, there are fans. Like I still have like my fan that I had from when I had 100 subscribers to this day still comments on videos.
Oh, that's
and
sweet.
I think that's freaking awesome.
Drop his name.
I'll put him down in the description down below.
There you go.
Yeah. But the point being is that he does. That's rare, and I'm sure the big YouTubers have that too. But I don't believe that he actually watches the video all the way through because I don't have any full views.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? Like I get my drop off. So I think it's just out of common courtesy, or just being extremely polite, or they're just a very nice person. And I'm going to go with they're just a very nice person.
I do wonder if there's something with the average view duration. I mean, I've had, like, with these podcasts, I've got one viewer, Raz, I believe, is Raz and Midthief, but Raz, I'm pretty sure he's watching the whole video because he's, like, literally typing responses to us talking throughout the video.
You know what? I've gotten more comments on these videos that we're not doing anything. And I feel like this is, so I'm going to kind of gloat a little bit here. I feel like this is different than what a lot of people are doing, because yes, there are podcasts, and yes, there are Minecraft Let's Plays. This is not really either. This is kind of a
two
mix
guys playing Minecraft and just talking.
Right. And I think Liam said this, my son said this, that's really neat, Dad. No one's doing that. I'm like, no, that can't be the case. And I looked it up, and sure enough, this isn't something that's normal. This isn't something that everybody is doing type of thing. And I've gotten more positive comments on these videos than I've gotten in a really long time. Because my previous comments are usually just questions because I did, mod reviews.
Yeah.
Or what do you call it? Tutorials on how to install this, that, or the other thing. So I always get questions. These aren't questions. These are people genuinely saying nice things. And so I appreciate you guys. I really do. It's awesome to see.
You guys are the reason why we make these videos.
Absolutely. That and a little peace of mind between us, because we don't get to just play anymore.
And we don't really talk anymore. I mean, we text each other here. And before we started doing the podcast, T and I would like shoot a text to each other once every week, maybe every couple weeks. And that would be it. I mean, we stopped recording together for a good, ever since before treatment. So
it's been a year, right?
Yeah. So we hadn't really been talking. So now we just kind of have every week we sit down and we just talk for an hour. I mean, we're talking before we actually start recording the podcast. We talk a little bit after.
And then afterwards, yeah, exactly.
So it's just nice to have, like, we're enjoying it. You guys seem to be enjoying it.
Exactly. So I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate the time with you, Lucas. So thank you very much. I really do.
Thank you.
This is actually a lot of fun, dude.
These videos might do not as great as other content that we upload, but it's a lot more fun to record, and I enjoy my time with you. So
absolutely. Same here, brother. Where am I? I'm lost.
You're lost. I think I finally finished my house, at least the exterior of my house.
Oh, that's good. My interior is a little lackluster, but I'm going to build a second. I think I'm going to build a second floor.
I just finished my third floor.
Are you? Oh, look at you, fancy pants.
It's a little really fancy house.
I can't wait to see your world, dude. Again, that's another thing too. Is neither one of us are on the same map, so we'll never see this until we watch videos.
Yeah, we watch.
Unless we watch the videos,
or maybe we do some podcasts here and there where, hey, let's join my world or let's join your world, and we're just
that's a good idea.
Doing whatever in that world, kind of thing.
That's a good idea.
I still don't want to have it where we're like commenting on what's happening in game.
Exactly. Yeah, we just kind of just discuss what we're gonna do and then kind of go from there.
Yeah. But
I'm in a big wide open desert though. Anyway, so
I guess this is cool. we actually before we actually started this podcast, we tried looking up retired YouTubers. And
we did.
There's a lot of videos on it, but there's like no articles on it, so it's hard to find a list. But one retired Minecraft YouTubers is what I looked up. And one name that popped up, which kind of bothered me a little bit, is PewDiePie.
You know, you mentioned that earlier, and I'm like, we have to discuss this because that doesn't make any sense to me. Yes, PewDiePie played Minecraft, and he did help. I'm not going to knock this. He did help bring Minecraft back from
the dead.
From the dead. It died off pretty badly at some point, right? Where we were getting very little to no views, but it came back because he helped.
Yeah,
and I appreciate that. But I don't count him as a Minecraft. I count him as a Minecraft YouTuber as much as I count Jacksepticeye as a Minecraft YouTuber.
Right. I mean, someone who plays Minecraft once every couple years isn't a Minecraft YouTuber.
Exactly. Like I no longer consider DanTDM a Minecraft YouTuber. He's not.
He's a retired Minecraft YouTuber at this point. He's still uploading and making YouTube videos. He's not a Minecraft
YouTuber. Absolutely, 100%, but he's not a Minecraft YouTuber. Just like Sunday is not a Minecraft YouTuber, and you can't say that he is. Mm-hmm. He used to be, for sure, absolutely. He used to be a great Minecraft YouTuber, but that's not the case no more. Don't die. Okay.
That said, we really need to have something kind of bring back Minecraft again.
Yeah, something needs to, like Minecraft. I'm not going to say it's dead because it's still doing pretty well, and I do enjoy the game. But it's you can slowly see the deterioration of views across the board.
Yeah,
and something does need to bring it back, whether it be Hypixel.
I made this prediction 3 or 4 years ago. I was like, okay, so PewDiePie is what brought it back this time, and then they had announced the Minecraft movie. I was like, that's going to be perfect because it's going to be around 2023 that it comes out, and it'll bring people back to Minecraft. And they canceled the Minecraft movie.
You know, that along with Minecon and everything else that they say they're going to bring in and then they don't, it's frustrating.
Yeah.
Because I understand Microsoft is just looking to make money, but at the same time, you gotta follow through, man. You can't just say something and just not.
I mean, as an avid movie lover, we should definitely do a podcast on movies, by the way. But as an avid movie lover, I would really love to see a Minecraft movie.
Oh, I would too, even if it was just animated and not like live action. Hopefully,
I mean, I would rather animation.
I think live action would be weird.
Like the Mario movie that came out. Oh, so good.
Oh yeah, the animated Mario, the most recent one.
Yeah,
that was really good. I think about the 1980s version was absolute garbage.
I've never seen that one, but
that is absolute garbage.
The animated one. I mean, I love any video game that gets a movie recreation. Like the Gran Turismo. I'm not into racing video games at
That
all.
movie is so good, though.
It is phenomenal, and we're gonna save this conversation for a separate podcast because of how good it is.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, no, we
But,
can
like,
definitely do a whole speech about a whole conversation about
Different movies.
Movies that are video game based.
Yeah, I think that would
and
be
the ones that
great.
suck. There are some that are absolute garbage too. So
I'm sure there are, but even the garbage ones, like some of them are just so bad that they're funny and they're still good.
and then there's the reverse too, right? There's the video games that are generated based off of film series. And those, a lot of the time, those are absolute trash. We can get into that another time. Anyhow.
All right, guys. Yes, that is where we're going to end it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you, T, for joining me.
Absolutely.
I will be sure to, or try to remember to leave a link in the description down to his channel. But guys, most importantly, do not forget to have a lovely day. Bye, guys.
See ya.